And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. An NL West matchup on the show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Diego Padres. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. Starting on the mound in this one, number 18.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. That one ripped. That's back. And that one is out of here. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. It's his 8th home run of the year. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0.
Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump. And at the plate, he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count, trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
Here's Betts. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center. Here comes the 2024 World Series MVP to the plate. Freddie Freeman was good all postseason, but man, the World Series was something else.
Yeah, probably the easiest MVP choice of any World Series, which is especially impressive with the amount of superstars on the Dodgers. Freeman tied a World Series record with 12 RBIs, and we'll never forget that walk-off grand slam in Game 1.
The pitch. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
The 0-2. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
And now Teoscar Hernandez.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
That one is absolutely belted. Going back on this one. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Runner tags at second. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only 1 out. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is an offense, Chris, that's having a hard time scoring runs right now.
Yeah, sometimes things just aren't going to click, and unfortunately what happens is players press, they try to do a little bit more, and they get out of their game. You've got to let the game come to you. If you chase it, it's going to run from you. So this is a team that just needs to calm down, relax, and understand that they're going to come out of this.
Max Muncy in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Betts, the runner at third. Freeman over at first with one away. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Now a bunt towards third. And that bunt goes foul. It's a strikeout. And up to the plate is Will Smith.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
Late swing fouled off. Two aboard, 2 outs. Out to short. Bogarts. They get the force. They limit the damage here. Looking back at the solo blast that led off the game. It's now a 1-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And we're back. And towing the slab here, Dustin May. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, that whip is just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win, and I expect to see that from him in this one today.
Stepping in for San Diego, Fernando Tatis Jr. Cut on and lifted in the air. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Tatis around second. Safely into third with a leadoff triple.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
Runner at third, nobody out. Luis Arraez stands in.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mat.
Swing and a ball popped up. Makes the grab, and there's one away. As we take a look at the Padres lineup, Chris, this is an offense that puts the bat on the ball. Tough outs pretty much throughout the lineup, and they have fewer strikeouts than any other team in the league.
Yeah, Boog, and I just remember as a player, when you're going up against a club like this, it keeps you on your toes all game long because you got to make plays for your pitcher on the defense. And so an offense like that can really put some pressure on that defense. So they can swing the bats, put it in play, but I also think if they run the bases hard, it adds another element to their game.
And that one in the air center field. Drops into the glove. Runner tagging from third. He's in on the sacrifice fly. It's 1-1.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
You rewind and think back to those Giants teams that won 3 world titles. They were pretty good contact-based teams. Obviously, the Royals as well. It feels like it's swinging back a little bit towards there's an advantage to having some guys in your lineup that make contact. Big Red picks up the K. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We'll move to the second now at Petco Park. All tied 1-1. Back here at Petco Park. And here is Michael Conforto. On the ground. Cronenworth. Now a jump throw. And he gets him. Nicely done.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball. And then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance. Had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Ground ball right side. Steps on first for the out.
Batting up, the center fielder, number 6.
2 outs, base is empty. Hesung Kim now at the plate. He's been a great free agent sign. Swing and a base hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more.
Runner takes off, pitch in for a strike, throw to second, save. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Ha! Squirts away a little bit.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Dribbled up the third baseline and foul ball. Two outs. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Merrill coming in on it. He's got it, and that'll do it. So 1 hit is all they get. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. All tied 1-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. And here's the first baseman, Gavin Sheets. May in his 6th season, 27 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2016. May back to work. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
It's 0-1.
And there's a foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And here is Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts, who wears that number 2 on his back for his idol, Derek Jeter. Right through there for a strike. Tied up here in the early going. That one missing inside. Our plate umpire, Freddie Ferguson. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the Padres have a man aboard with 1 out. Now here's Jake Cronenworth. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised? Runner on the go. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. May comes set. High in the air, out to right. Hernandez settles underneath it. And there are 2 outs. Now batting Tyler Wade. Ball 1, no strikes. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Next offering is in for a strike. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Next offering in there for a strike. It's 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Runner on the go. This one in the air. And the inning is over. One left for San Diego. Score remains tied 1-1. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Mookie now.
This is a batter right here who really produces in these night games, and we saw the latest example of it in his first AB.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Pretty good spot. Hard and inside, but that's a perfect example of keeping your hands inside the ball, tight to the body. The ability to take that back up the middle shows his approach is to use the entire field.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far. There's a swing and a miss.
0 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a ground ball towards first, but foul. Betts aboard here at first with nobody out. That one to first, and that's just foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. On the ground, 2 ball. Slings to second. How about that double play?
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Fly to center his first time. There's the strike. 2 out, space is empty. Misses the sweeper.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. All tied 1-1. As we go to the last of the third. So digging in now for San Diego, Martin Maldonado. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
No balls, 1 strike.
And a foul ball. And a foul ball. He stays alive. gets his second strikeout of the game. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
So with 1 down, it'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. Tripled and scored to lead off the game. Swinging a foul straight back. Fouled off left side. Here's the 0-2. That one just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Just misses.
That's a ball.
The count now 2-2.
No, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Just missed. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
Next is the designated hitter, Luis Arraez. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1.
0-1.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
0-2.
Pitch misses there. And the count 1-2. May fires. Battling here as he fouls it away. In the air, right field, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. On to inning number 4. All tied 1-1. Back here in San Diego, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Max Muncy. On the ground, right side. Cronenworth gets it to first, and one gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Good two-seam action right there, running away from the batter, rolled over it, got the ground out.
Will Smith to the plate. He's 0 for 1.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform, but at some point that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And takes low for ball 1. One out, base is empty. This one smoked out to left. Makes the grab for the second out.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Late swing, foul to the left. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. And that's in for a strike.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Two down, nobody on. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. He sends it out of here. His 4th home run of the season. Just like that, they move in front. It's 2-1. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in the spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
So 2 away with nobody on. And here comes Tommy Edman. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. Just
ball,
missed.
that's in.
That's off the inside corner, and it's 2-1. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Bottom of the 4th, here comes Manny Machado.
You know, the first manager to ever win a game here at Petco Park was Tony Gwynn. Yes, Tony Gwynn. They had a college baseball tournament here in March 2004, and Tony managed San Diego State to a win.
And that's outside. 1-0.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
May delivers. Next pitch in for a strike, and now it's even 1-1.
You know, Boog, Petco Park seems to be transforming into Machado's castle. I mean, nobody's hit more home runs in this ballpark. And Machado passed Adrian Gonzalez for the top spot on the list in 2023.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, I think he was waiting on the changeup right there, and he got it. It just drifted too far in on him. I think that pitch is just a little more out over the plate. Probably squares it up, but instead, he's going to have to go take a seat.
Merrill, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
0-1.
That one finds the corner, and the count is 0-2.
Oh, it's a real nice cutter right there. I mean, this guy can struggle with the inside pitch at times, so I'd say that's pretty effective if you can continue to command it on that side of the plate.
Got him swinging. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Here's Gavin Sheets now, left-hand bat. And that one fouled off. Tried to hold up on the 0-2. Now a look down to third, and he went around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
New inning getting started, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Hae-Sung Kim. Kim measures 5 feet 10 inches, 26 years old, and he's a native of South Korea.
Ball.
And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Right side. Tosses to first. 1 up, 1 down.
The bat, number 8, designated hitter, Kike Hernandez.
Here's Kike Hernandez. He's already homered in this game. Line drive to short and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Betts up to the plate for the third time as he looks at 1 down low.
Ball.
Ground ball left side. Throws to first in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Padres 1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Stepping in for San Diego, Xander Bogaerts. May back to work. Bounced, and that got the pitcher. Safe at first, and now after the play, we'll check on the right-hander status. Shohei Ohtani is forced to the mound after the injury.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
No outs, runner at first. And here is Jake Cronenworth. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
That one catches the zone, and it's 0-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Bogaerts on at first, nobody out. Called out on strikes. That was pretty nasty. Next for the Padres, Tyler Wade. He popped out his first time.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
And that is in there for a strike. I believe that's the split. Squirts away a little bit.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Bogarts into scoring position on the wild pitch. And there goes the double play possibility.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Martin Maldonado up to hit. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
It's 0-1.
Comes up empty.
0-2.
The other way. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Padres leave one. They're down 2-1. Back here at Petco Park, here is Freddie Freeman.
Very humble guy, and you know, on the field, off the field, and he goes about his at-bats in that way, Boog. He's just trying to stay with the plan, and that plan is hit the ball to left center field, drive the ball that way, and let it travel.
Yep. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. 0 for 2 in this one. He swings and fouls one off.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
And now the 0-1. Slow ground ball to the right side. And foul ball. To third. Sends it over to Sheets. And a couple of quick outs.
Up next is the third baseman, Max Muncy.
Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. Swung on, belted. That's back. And that lands inside the party porch for a home run. Bottoms up. That'll fire up the dugout. It's 3-1. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Number 18 gives way, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching.
Nick Pivetta will take over here.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
0 balls, 1 strike.
Two down, base is empty, but 1 run across, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Gets him to chase after that one.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That's hard hit on the line. Wade makes the grab, and that's the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Back after this on the show. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. And now the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr. All right, Singy, you know him at Dork. Shohei Ohtani. Go back to May 5th, 2022 at Fenway Park. He tossed a complete game through 99 pitches. Get this, 81 strikes. It was the most strikes thrown with less than 100 pitches in a game since they started tracking pitch counts.
That's just unreal.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that's exactly what a good 2-strike splitter will do. Duck right under the bat path and that last 15 to 20 feet or so. And at that point, it's just too late to do anything about it as a hitter. Really nice pitch.
1 ball, no strikes.
The Padres down by a pair here in the bottom of the 6th. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. And now it's Manny Machado.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that.
Runner on the go. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. And a swing and a miss there.
0-2.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Digging in, Jackson Merrill, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that one fouled off. Arise off of first with 2 away. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Runner puts on the brakes at second, so it's 1st and 2nd with 2 out.
Everything came together for him. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
First and 2nd, 2 outs. Gavin Sheets, the next up for the Padres. And that's in there for strike 1.
0-1.
That's inside.
That's
First and 2nd, 2 down. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Stays alive. Two on, 2 outs. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Out towards right center field. Hernandez on the move. Stretches out and hauls it in. Padres leave a pair. Score holds. It's 3-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 7th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Michael Conforto. And he takes a strike. Activity in the bullpen for San Diego. Sean Reynolds up and throwing. Matsui also throwing.
That's a ball.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Just off the outside edge. Now 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Right through there, got it. And that's the first out.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Edman now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Towards first, and that's a fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in, and he'll pull into second safely.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
One out, runner at second. And next for L.A., Hesung Kim, 1 for 2. Tries to check his swing. Now a look to third, and that's going to be ruled a swing. One out and a runner at second here in the top half of inning number 7. Line drive. Squeezes it. Runner tags at second. The tag gets him, and it's a double play to end the inning.
Exciting play and a great throw to third for the double play, but man, there's just no reason to try to move up to third right there. Not great base running to end the inning.
Back here in San Diego, set for the last half of the 7th. So digging in now for San Diego, Xander Bogaerts. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Hernandez makes the catch, and there's one gone. Here's the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. That clips the corner. The Dodgers up by 2 here, the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Hernandez hauls it in, 2 away. So up next, Tyler Wade.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And that's in for a strike.
No balls, 1 strike.
Just missed.
That's out.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
From a pitcher's
1-2
perspective,
the count.
that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Swing and a ball lifted to center field. And that's the inning. We go to the 8th. Now it's the DH, Kike Hernandez. Pivetta back to work. Late on that fastball. Pivetta, 32 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2013. Next offering upstairs. Line drive. Machado throws to first in time. 1 up, 1 down.
Now back, shortstop,
Mookie digs in here. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. This one in the air, center field. Merrill. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie.
And here's Freddie Freeman, 1 for 3. Hard on the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Dodgers go down quietly as the lead remains 3-1. Ready for the bottom of the 8th, and here's the catcher, Martin Maldonado. Off the plate, and that's ball 1. And there's a strike. The 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a splitter.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter that you're looking for on the mound. Really nice pitch right there, and had him out in front over the top. I'm sure the batter was thinking he was getting something else, perhaps a fastball with a little more straight and velo to it.
Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr. The pitch behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
0-1.
Oh, and 2 now as he swings through it.
0-2.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Well, that'll boost the swing and miss rate, Sing. He blew him away on 3 pitches. He didn't have a chance.
Yeah, Boog, a dominant strikeout for sure. And he just looked overmatched at the plate. You know, as a hitter, when you swing and miss 3 times in a row, you feel like you've got a hole in your bat. You definitely start to question yourself.
Now the number 2 hitter, Luis Arias. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1.
Fastball for a strike.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
And that is a good eye on a pitch down low, and it's 1-2. Hit on the ground to short. Betts throws to first. Padres go down 1-2-3. Nothing doing there for the Friars, and they still trail it here 3-1. And we're back. Now it's the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. And he swings through that one.
0-1.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Maldonado hauls it in, and there's one away.
Up next for the Dodgers, the third baseman, Max Muncy.
And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game. It's 4-1. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
One down. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swings through that one. 0-1.
It's 0-1.
And a swing and a miss. One out, bases empty, and a run in here at the top of the 9th. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field, and that'll get down for a hit.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Michael Conforto getting ready to hit. He's already homered here in this one. And first offering is fouled off.
Nope, ball.
Smith
1-1.
leads off first with 1 away. High fly ball down the left field line. Wade. And there are 2 down.
Now back, second baseman, Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman at the plate. Foul ball. Out there to center. Diving, can't get it, base hit. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
And now the center fielder, Haesung Kim. Yeah, don't need much damage here, just a base hit. Likely will score 2. Off the mark there.
That's down.
And that's ball 1.
Oh, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Fought off foul. Here's a 1-1. That one missed. Second and third, 2 down. Now this is in the air down the line. He's got it, and that is that. Solo shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now 4-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. All set for the bottom of the ninth. Here's Machado. There's the strike at the knees. And a big swing and a miss.
0-2.
Ground ball up the middle, and that one handled. Low throw, and he can't pick it.
Looked to me like he got on the side of the ball a little too much right there. Maybe a little too casual as well with the throwing motion. And when you don't stay on top of the ball and really get out front and finish with a good release point, it's very easy to lose control of it to either side.
Man at first, nobody out. Next up is the cleanup spot for the Padres. Jackson Merrill. Just missed.
That's low.
Out into left center for a line drive base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
Now at the plate, Gavin Sheets.
No,
and
that's
ball
it.
1. And another ball.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing, you can tie up the ball game. But if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
With the tying run at the
2-1.
plate, here in the last half of inning number 9. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
2-2.
Goes down looking.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Bogarts in the box now. Takes strike 1. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just failed him a little bit right there.
In the air on the infield, and the infield fly is called.
Now back, second baseman.
So it's their last chance in this one. Stepping in for San Diego, Jake Cronenworth. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Just
Nope, that's
missed.
low. That's a ball.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 and 2 is the count.
Got him, and that is the ball game.
These hitters had the long ball working for them today. 4 home runs had a lot to do with them coming out on top.
4-1 the final here today. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.